Hey YouTubers, I haven't done one of these for a while, but I thought I would just jump right back into this because honestly, I have a really big open question that I've been really wanting to ask you guys because I honestly have no idea. So one of the things I announced on my channel a while back is that they're actually making Underworld 5 with Underworld Blood Wars coming out later this year, if I'm not mistaken. And we really don't know exactly what that movie is going to be about. We know that Kate Beckinsale is going to be back, thank God. This series is honestly at this point nothing without her. We also know that Theo James is coming back, which is exciting because literally in the last movie, in Awakening, I thought he was one of the best people in the film. And now we don't really know anything about like who else is coming back. We do know that Scott Speedman will not be returning this time around, and that is actually really disappointing. I don't really think that these movies work very well without him, considering that love story between Celine and Michael is like pivotal to the entirety of the series. So anyway, getting back, it's very hard to say exactly after the last film exactly where they're going to take this. We know that Celine and her daughter and Theo James's character are kind of on the run. They're chasing after Michael. Humans still know about vampires and werewolves. Werewolves kind of had their last hope just kind of taken away from them and all that. Obviously, they're coming back. I mean, this series can actually go into America. We haven't actually been into America at this point in the series yet. I'm not necessarily, it's been a while since I've seen the fourth film. I can't really remember exactly where they were, but I honestly don't think that they were in America during that time. So we can actually see, kind of like look at where the Covenants are in other places around the world. Maybe they're still there, kind of dying out in their own ways, or maybe even just the new generation of vampires. One of the things this movie was actually kind of called before it was Blood War was the next generation. So maybe we can actually see how werewolves or lichens, or whatever you want to call them, lichens and vampires are actually kind of adapting to this new world that actually knows about them. Maybe enough time has passed in the beginning of this new sequel that actually people are just starting to kind of get a hang of it. They don't really necessarily care that vampires are out there and doing all this stuff. You know, maybe they're starting to get along, peace treaties and everything, until everything kind of breaks down and it's a single war. One of the things I was really hoping for during the second film's release was that Michael Sheen's character would be seen sometime during the future. And if you don't remember him, he was the Lycan guy, Lucian, who was actually a big part, like the big antagonist or kind of anti-hero type of figure in the first film, and then kind of leads into the second film with the legendary first Lycan and the first vampire and all that stuff that they did there. So he's one of the interesting characters I think they should actually bring back. And then we also have Sophia Miles. Is that her name? She's the one who plays Erica. We haven't seen her. She didn't perish in the first film. She's completely away from the movie ever since then. If they can bring her back, that would be really awesome. Just kind of bring in some of the old faces as you start to introduce the new faces, and maybe let this series kind of go off and do its own thing. Because as we know, they're also developing a television show to go around this, with other talks thinking about giving Theo James maybe his own series in this entire franchise, kind of building this out, making it an expanded universe. And honestly, is like just kind of guilty pleasures as these movies are, it's something that I would really like to see. I really like Theo James's character. He was an interesting person. Maybe you get to delve into like what makes him him, and that'd be really interesting. But one of the things is, maybe we can see Michael Sheen again. I mean, when he was really introduced, they were shown the corpses with him and Bill Nye, his Victor character. Obviously, he lost a head. He really can't do much of anything. But we do know that by the time he died, Lucian actually had blood in him that should have been able to heal his wounds, despite how much kind of liquid, iron or metal, it's silver. How much liquid silver was actually going through his body. I mean, the first time we saw him, he was like, when he died, he was just basically just black. I mean, his whole body, his whole corpse was just completely poisoned. And then when we see his corpse in the second film, and I thought this was a big thing, but maybe it was just a mess up on their part, but his corpse was not black. I mean, it was just like kind of a pale corpse. It wasn't necessarily just destroyed and shriveled like it was at the end of the first film. So maybe that was just a mess up on them. Maybe they were just kind of hinting at something that they never really got around to. It would be really interesting to see Michael Sheen come back to this series, because he actually has a lot of connections with the past, which is one of the things that this actually series doesn't have anymore. It doesn't have people that we know of or anything who have connections to the past. And I think if you're going to create a series that is going to try to at least create an expanded universe and jump into the future and maybe get rid of everyone, you need to start bringing up the past again. At this point, you need to bring up the past so you can kind of erase any other doubts or questions that anybody might have in the series going forward, so we can start focusing on the new material. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to throw that question out there to you guys, make like whatever y'all thought about this. If you have any ideas at all about what you would like Underworld 5 to be about, then share them in the comment section below. I really want to read them. This is such a guilty pleasure series of mine that honestly, there is nothing. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. If you're a fan or anything, I just want to hear your thoughts about what this is about. So anyway, guys, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Just share those ideas with me, please, please, please. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will be covering this movie as it goes forward, along with other movies now. I'm going to start trying to get away from anime stuff and do a little bit more stuff that I actually like. And hopefully y'all like it too. So anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.